And welcome everyone to News West 9 Game Time, where we have all of your highlights and scores from around the Permian Basin covered. It's our second of two shows tonight. I'm Trevor Tankersley.
And I'm Lee Small. Glad to have you with us here on a beautiful night for football in West Texas. And you know it was rivalry week for 5A, so let's get started with our co-games of the week.
This is the Academy Sports Game of the Week.
For over 50 years, the Permian-Odessa game has represented some of the best high school football in the state of Texas. It's more than a rivalry, it's a way of life. It's Permian versus Odessa, and to be quite honest, nothing else needs to be said.
If you can't get up for this game, you've got definitely a problem.
You can throw those stats, records, and predictions out the window, because when these two teams meet, the only word that matters is rivalry.
This game has got a little bit more significance and importance to us due to the fact that we still control our own destiny.
And when you boil it all down, that is the key to tonight's game: playoff implications.
There's some mathematical ways that we could get in. I don't know if I could articulate them right now or not, but we're just playing one game at a time and trying to get a win.
Right now, I would say no, we're not a playoff caliber type team, but that's not to say we still can't be. We just got to get it together and start working together and get a better consistency about our game.
All right, now it's time to get to the highlights. Both teams 0-3 in district play, both desperately needing a win to keep their playoff hopes alive, and both looking forward to playing in front of nearly 20,000 strong tonight at Ratliff.
Who would want to play in front of that?
I would love to be there. It's our first game of the week. Mojo and the Broncos from historic Ratliff Stadium. This series has been dominated by Permian. 43 wins for the Panthers and only 7 for the Broncos. And Trevor, if you're going to start the game off right, why not start on the opening kickoff? This is how you do it. Huge return by Greg George. That one would end up around midfield as he's dragged down finally. Look who's back in action now for Mojo. Tommy Morris, after missing the last couple of games due to a violation of school rules, and as if it was written for Hollywood, he scores the first touchdown of the game. But the Broncos defense would hold tight a little bit later on. They come up with the big interception. Darian Samuels with that pick.
Throwing against your body, never a good decision.
Yeah, never. The coaches will probably be on him for that one a little later on, but Samuels, great play by him. Set up the field goal try here by Kevin Galindo. Knocks it through. 7-3 Mojo, still leading. Permian responds back, though. Landry Serrano hits Jalan Loud in the back of the end zone. 14-3 Permian. They're starting to roll offensively now, but the Broncos weren't just going to roll over tonight. Crucial third down in the second quarter. Johnny Campos hits Navarrete rolling around. He does such a good job scrambling and keeping that play alive there as he connects with Navarrete. Then who else but Bradley Marquez? His first big run of the game takes this one down to the 1-yard line after making a couple of Permian players miss. Very next play, Campos with the keeper. He goes in. Good block by Marquez. Permian lead cut down to 14-10. Marquez not even close to being done yet. As Trevor might say, I'm going to talk a little bit slow here because Marquez breaking it all the way down to the 9, going straight up the middle. He goes hard to the turf, but would be fine. Permian didn't want to see him getting going later on. Campos with another keeper at the half. It was Broncos 17, Permian 14. Check out this score, folks. Back-to-back years, OHS wins. This time it's 38-21.
Moving to another one of our games of the week, we shift to Grande Communication Stadium tonight, where Midland High, coming off their first loss of the season to Abilene High, took on the Lee Rebels, who are coming off their first district win of the season at Permian. And these two schools have rivaled for over 50 years, and earlier this week, both coaches talked about the game.
What we're trying to say is, hey, this is a chance for a playoff setting for us to secure that bid, and so we want to make sure and try to kind of keep a level head with our players and understand what's really important.
Well, it's explosive. I think Woods is their key quarterback. He does a great job. The thing about him is kind of like the Abilene High quarterback. He can defend the pass, but you've also got to defend the run with him. They're big and they run well, and they play good defense. But I think our kids are excited about it and looking forward to the challenge.
So both coaches know how big this game was, not only for school pride, but for playoff implications as well. Let's get to the highlights of this one. Lee trying to get started right after the handshakes here, and both teams coming out of the tunnels. Always a big part of the pregame festivities. There you see Midland coming out, and then Lee will come out led by quarterback Adrian Horton back in the game. Lee would start to try to get on track early. Adrian Horton, he missed last game against Permian, even though they won. He'll find Corey McPherson for the nice game. He is a huge target on the right side for the nice game. That would set up a 32-yard field goal attempt for Miles Vincent, and it's shanked short, lands short, and Midland would take over. And who better to give it to than Tyler Middleton? He goes up the middle on 3rd and 13 right here. He fumbles reaching for the goal line, but his teammate alertly picks it up. The referee's trying to decide if it was a fumble, is it a touchdown? They decide it's a touchdown because his teammate landed on the ball in the end zone, 7-0 Midland. Later in the second, Kier Woods. He just mentioned him, Coach Morton did. Well, he's using his legs for the nice gain here. Rolls out to the right side, puts them within the 30. And a couple of plays later, Tyler Middleton in for the score right up the middle. 14-0 after the extra point. Should have been his second touchdown of the game. Actually, only his first because of the fumble. Lee trying to hang on right here, though. Going for it on 4th and 1 from midfield. Taking a gamble early, but it is stuffed by the Midland defense. And they would make them pay after the stop. Middleton, this time he's going to roll out to the left side. He'll dive for the pylon and get the score again. They would actually grab a 2-point conversion. It's 22-0 Midland at that point. Ensuing kickoff. Rev special teams, always a great part of their game. Can't hang on to the ball right here. Midland would recover inside their own 20-yard line and have great field position. And 3 plays later, Middleton, his 3rd touchdown of the half. Pitch it to him, he'll run left again. They lead 29-0 at the break, and Midland would have to hold on for the win tonight, Lee. But nonetheless, they clinch a playoff spot. Final score in this one, 43-36.
Yeah, 29-0 at the half. Close game at the end. The other in-town matchup going on from District 3-5A was Abilene and Cooper, 2 top 15s in the state. You've heard this name a lot. Ronell Sims to Gerard Daniel. That play goes 40 yards all the way down to inside the 5, the 1-yard line to be exact. Ronell Sims would run it in for the score, 7-0 Eagles on top. We love this name, Trevor. Alfred Cooper. Why?
He plays for Cooper.
He plays for Cooper, exactly. Going hard there, 22 yards. The tough physical run there. Cougars tied up just like that at 7. Ronell, though, well, he's not done yet. He is quite the player. Hits Jarrett Smith. This combo just has been deadly all year. Smith bulldozes his way into the end zone. 14-7 Eagles, while Trevor's hiccuping. Eagles are flying. Cooper helping out. Well, Cooper again. Cooper's going to take that handoff this time. 29 yards,
untouched.
Almost untouched. His second of the night thus far. Tied up once again, but right back from the Birds. Ronell Sims going to find a seam. And again, if you have Ronell Sims on your fantasy team, which most people don't, I don't think they have high school football, but if you did, you like this play. Way too quick at the opening. 31 yards to pay dirt. Cooper, huge upset. He looks like here, they both look identical almost out there running around. Cooper, 45. Abilene, 28. Some big-time upsets tonight in 3-5A.
Moving to the 3A ranks tonight, the Andrews Mustangs under head coach Jeff Cordell have built off last year's playoff performance. They've started the season well. A 6-2 mark and 2-0 in district has them well on their way to the playoffs. Meanwhile, the Greenwood Rangers on the opposite end are 0-2 in district. But with a win tonight on the road, the Rangers could jump right back into playoff positioning. Out to the Mustang Bowl we go for this one. Andrews, we'll have the coin toss like we did at the 10:30 show.
They got the horn going, though.
The horn going. Andrews would jump out front. Kyler Gilbreth with a touchdown scramble after a Greenwood fumble. That one has the Mustangs up 7-0 in the first quarter. Second possession of the game, more Andrews as Gilbreth scrambling, going to roll out to his left, and he would find the corner of the end zone for the 10-yard touchdown run. 14-0 Andrews at that point, and they are rolling. Let's go to the third possession of the game now. They finally get stopped by the Greenwood defense. But, Lee, when you have Jake Higgs, who's kicked 2 50-plus yarders this year, it's an automatic 3 points. That's a little bit easier from about 35 yards out. Andrews rolls in this one tonight. They win it over Greenwood 45-7.
That kid really has a leg. Anyway, sitting at 1-2 in district play, the Seminole Indians needed a win tonight. But then again, so too did Fort Stockton, who sat at 0-2, coming into action from Panther Stadium. We'll get right to the action with a quarterback sneak by Jacob Birch for the first touchdown of the game. Just tuck it and run, son, right into the end zone. There, good job by hand. On the kickoff return, Andrew Peterson passes through the entire Indians defense untouched. runs it all the way down to the 10-yard line. Somebody drag him down, please. 3 plays later, quarterback Adrian Martinez keeps the ball, runs it into the end zone, but fumbles, then recovers the ball. His own fumble for a touchdown. Good hustle there. Second quarter now, Adrian Martinez struggling to find an open receiver. Going to throw a 40-yard pass that gets tipped by Seminole, caught by Gerard Adams, who takes it all the way in for the score.
Nelly would be excited about that.
Unreal. Actually, I think Gerard Adams plays for Seminole. Nonetheless, good play there by Fort Stockton. Seminole goes on to win tonight 32-21. And Trevor, we're not even close to being done just yet.
That's right, Lee. We've still got plenty more highlights and scores on the way after this first 2-minute timeout.